screen now. Regency Gold has slowed down the pace in front as they pass the 600. Mr. Gucci is the one who's moving in second. Southern Light, who's in box seat on the outside, goes wide to avoid traffic. The one trying to take the inside run there is Mystic Prince. At the top of the home straight is still Regency Gold, who now kicks away about a couple of lengths clear. The only challenge comes from Mr. Gucci, who tries to battle on but was really hanging out. And to the last 200 meters, the others were not really showing any speed. It was Regency Gold who kicked away and held on to that lead about 2.5 lengths from Mr. Gucci, who was given quite a few reminders but could only finish second. I think in third there was Southern Light. Then we had the other runners. I will hand it over to the judges box. I think they are ready with the verdict for the first race of the afternoon, the Amor handicap.
In the closing stages, you've got Sherwin in front, and at this stage, you've got Santana in 7th position, trapped a little wide, and Sherwin looks like he's got this one in the bag. He kicks away nicely by about 2.5 lengths. The only one who's got something to challenge with is Santana, and he starts bridging that gap on the outside. Sherwin's on the inside. Santana making good progress up on the outside under the whip, with Dasrath really riding him out. And with a 100 meters to run, you know it's going to be Santana who's going to get the better of them. Santana wins the Eastern Air Command Cup from Sherwin, followed there by Secret Pearl. So Santana was trained by Bharat Singh, ridden by Dasrath Singh.
Justified, making the pace about length and a quarter. It was an even tempo. Even as they turned for home, it came down to a sprint as they entered the last 400 meters with the jockey looking over his shoulder. The one who avoided all traffic in a small field there was Donish. Down the center there was Cletus. And while Kimaya was thereabout but was never into the mix. Into the last 300, Justified asked to kick on, but the one who's come onto the scene on the outside there is Donish. Is Justified from Donish. Donish at one point went ahead, but Justified fought on in the inside. Cletus was also poking his nose in the inside, but Justified on the inside and Donish on the outside. It's a bob of the neck. It may have gone to Justified, but let's wait for the judges box to announce the result. I think they are ready.
The field goes past the 600. You can see it's Little Fingers always calling it in front. From Mr. Batolabaz looking for a run down the inside of him. And Emberglow looked threatening on the outside at one stage when he was given a backhand before negotiating the final home run. When Hindu Singh just pressed the button on Little Finger, her response was instant, although she went to the middle of the track, but she had spurted well. And you see Hindu Singh just given her a crack or two with the whalebone to keep her at a task. Emberglow looked threatening on the outside at one stage, and then it was the late finishing who caught the eye was Bunting, who flew down the center of them and came on to catch an eye-catching second behind Little Finger. So it was Little Finger, trained by Mr. Vijay Singh, ridden by jockey Hindu Singh, owned by Mr. Subir Das Gupta, representing Cane Hill Stud Farm Private Limited.
Made this Tollygunge Club Cup a day to remember for them. Here she is now. She's already taken command. Dasrath Singh is cruising in front on Sonata. The rest of them are already off the bridle and they're going nowhere. With about 300 to run, Dasrath Singh hasn't even pressed the button. Sonata accelerates in great style by about 2.5, 3, 4 lengths, and then she's just running away from them. No hard luck stories here. It was just that the tune that Sonata played for them was too hot for anyone to handle.
Past the 600, Psychic Force starts to move on the outside. Nikhil Naidu presses the button on Psychic Force. He makes the first run. Consigliere by now is starting to weaken. R.S. Bhatti goes between horses. Shivansh comes from last with jockey Dasrath Singh. And at this stage, there were 3 in a row. Psychic Force, Tigrio and Shivansh. And Psychic Force falls away, and then Tigrio sort of kicks on by about a length and a half to Shivansh. R.S. Bhatti there going hands and heels and winning comfortably at the end by about a length and a half. So congratulations to the connections of Tigrio, the winner of the Governor's Cup. Over to the judges' box for the final placings.
Screen at this juncture, Aggression making the pace. In box seat there is Mandolin. Goalborn is the one who's moving very nicely indeed. Moving into the race towards the inside, Wencheng. RS Bhatti is really matured. He's not moved a muscle at this point. As they turn for home, Aggression is the one who comes under pressure from Mandolin, who takes the first one. On the outside there is Goalborn. And just look at Wencheng. Just hands and heels. RS Bhatti now ask him to go. And Wencheng now accelerates by a length from Mandolin. Aggression was the one who was trying to rally back towards the inside. But Wencheng into the last 100 meters. Couple of reminders and Wencheng goes away from them. Wencheng, your winner of the last race of the afternoon from Mandolin. Aggression in third. I think the judges are ready with the results. I'll hand it over to them to announce their placings for the last race of the afternoon, the Brave Gesture Handicap.